What's going on, man? This is your boy, the historian, and we get into it tonight with the analysis of the first game of the season. But before we do that, I'm just gonna tip the cap to all the fans who are going to be joining us tonight. Please, 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 if you are on YouTube, go ahead and click that subscribe button for us so we can go ahead and keep providing you with the content that you like. But without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing started, man. You already know how we get down, baby. The BirdCage, it's in effect. Football season is among us, man. Let's go.
Okay, y'all, this is it.
What's going on? What it do, everybody? You already know how we get down. We're going to go ahead and kick this off. Enough of the fluff. But before I get to bringing in the crew, you already know what to do. When you get in here, if you're on YouTube, hit that like and subscribe button for us. If you're on Facebook, go ahead and click the StreamYard link so we can actually be able to talk to you. So what I did tonight, I went and posted the link for you guys to come on and chime on in with us tonight so you can talk about the expectations. We run our mouths every week, but we definitely want to chop it up with you. So we have provided the links for everyone to click into if you're on tonight and you want to chop it up with us. But before we chop it up, let me go ahead and bring in the crew. Got to bring in the man, the myth, the legend, man, my partner, Mr. K-Dub, Killian Worthy. What's going on, blood?
What's up? What's up? Glad to be in the building tonight. BirdCage family, BirdCage listeners, subscribers, BirdCage day ones. It's been with us from the start. I mean, like I said, it's finally here. Week one, this new season, new quarterback, new running back. I mean, hey, look, I'm excited, and let's get into it. I want to get the fans' participation today. I want all the fans. I want all our followers and man, go. Hey, look, hit that link. Don't be scared. Today is not the day. Come on in.
Hey, man, well, how Kirby Smart said, we don't do scared stuff up in we don't do scared.
Yeah, we want some folks that's gonna eat off the floor, like Kirby said. We want some people that are gonna eat off the floor. They want it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Hey, look, hit that link. Don't be scared, and let's get into it. We want to get into it tonight.
Hey, man, he might be having a little bit of trouble with his screen right now. We waiting on him. You know, always the last of the bunch, man. You know, it's something about them Army boys, man. They always late to the party. You know, kills me with that. You know, it's funny that sellers.
Hey, look, we're gonna keep it going. Hey, look, even if technical difficulties, internet freezing, we got you. Hey, look, Stay here, stay tuned, stay ready. Hey, look,
Most
just
definitely.
we stay ready for these Panthers, and we're gonna get into it tonight, man. Even if we got to come back, we gonna get into it tonight. So hit that link. Want to get ahead of this
Difficult.
bird?
It kills me.
Get your
So
thing.
I guess Great Beard is trying to get in on another device. I guess that was what was kind of slowing it down a little bit. But we still don't see you. We still don't see you, Gray. But I'll wait for a second. You let us know when your picture comes up. But let's go ahead and get to it, man. The
Get
first
it.
thing we go talk about, let's talk about these Falcons versus these Panthers. We already own the series, and you talk about the history of the Falcons and the Panthers or whatnot. We've owned I-285 since this rivalry has been started since 1995, man. And I don't think we ever gonna let up on that.
Oh yeah. I mean, I feel like, hey, this our rivalry. You know what I'm saying? So this is our year. I mean, they played us very tough last year, but every year we usually have a different person that steps themselves out there on the limb and goes to take this division. Now that Tom Brady, the quote unquote GOAT, has set his behind down finally. Now it's normal.
Now, I don't think he sat down. I think it's pretty much his body was telling him to sit there. I was like, well, he could have kept playing. I'm like, nah, he couldn't have kept taking those hits on them young boys like that. You get old, you don't heal the same. I don't care how many avocado milkshakes you drink.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. I'm just saying, I mean, he did everything he can to stay in the league as long as he could. But like I said, he's gone now. So that's wide open for the division for us. That's a blessing for us. So here we go, man. Like I said, the division is ours for ours and then taken. I think people are
Right.
so scared to pick us to win the division because we haven't won it in God knows how long. But this is the division. This is the year that you pick those Falcons. This is the year you say, you know what? Get on that bandwagon and let's ride that train, because guess what? It's too much turnover to me, and it's too many injuries that they're trying to deal with over there in New Orleans. I know they're picking New Orleans, but I feel like that's the last 2 or 3 years pick. I mean, you got to switch it up, and
Man, they picked New Orleans again to win the doggone division, bro.
that's what I'm.
So
But that's what
that's
I'm. I mean, that's
I
what I'm
mean,
here.
but you already know that, man. Look, they would pick them stinking bagheads to win the division, man. You already know how they go. They always gonna go with the pick because here's the thing: Sean Payton ain't there no more. His disciple is there, but he don't impress nobody. Let's keep it real.
Yeah, exactly.
And speaking of impressive, by God, the Army soldier decides to show up. What's up?
Man.
I think you might have got backed up by one MRE too many.
buddy.
Glad to have you in the building today, Great Beard, man. Let's go.
Most definitely.
Better late than never.
I can't even say that one with a straight face. I'm sorry. So if anybody didn't know what those MREs are, all my military folks, those those processed meals that they have in packages. A lot of calories, but you don't think about it when you eat them.
Bringing back flashback, man. Stop that, man. God dang.
Hey man, we got to bring back a flashback. That's how long it take to get on post when you had it in your system. I know what that's like. Shoot.
Yeah.
Let's get to it though.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I heard they got the tank. No, they got one commentator kind to cut you off, talk about the tank gonna win it all. Yeah. Michael.
I got a question for you. Who on God's green earth really believes that? And whatever that person is on, tell them to pass me some of that so we can be a little delusional for this. Because I'm just saying,
Michael,
if they really believe them bagheads gonna win it, dog, what's up?
no, I take that back. It wasn't Michael Earl, even Keyshawn Johnson. There you go.
That should tell you enough right there in itself.
I understand it, but when
I love me some Keyshawn Johnson. Good dude, nice brother, met him before. But that CTE might be kicking in, Too many shots come across the middle, just saying.
he can in Hollywood now.
Well, he was a rival anyway when he went to Tampa. But the funny thing was he wasn't even accepted by the Buccaneers down there after the stunt he pulled with Warren Sapp and them boys.
They couldn't stand him.
Think about it. He don't even get invited back. He doesn't even get invited back for the anniversary of that Super Bowl like that.
That's crazy though. And he was part of the team.
Oh, a major part of it. But getting to this Panthers Falcons rivalry, let's dive into it a little bit before we start open up the lines where we can actually bring folks in. I did pin the link to StreamYard in here for everyone. So if you want to get in here and chop it up with us tonight about this, we definitely have this open for everyone to come in because we got a couple of topics we're going to talk about, and we want to see what you guys think outside of what we think and what we're going to predict, because all of us on this panel say 10, 11 wins. We just want to hear what you guys think what's going to happen on Sunday. But
yeah, you might.
But digging into it,
you got to pin
the Falcons. So I'm gonna give you a tail of the tape, like pretty much like a box tail of the tape of this. We've met with them 56 times out of the all-time series. The Falcons lead the series 35-21. The largest margin of victory in this series, we ended up winning 41-0, and Vic was our quarterback at that time. And then the longest win streak we had was 6 games straight. So, Carolina's got the current win streak because they won the last one last year that was just ugly. But Mariota had a lot to do with that one, laying on the ground trying to throw from his backside. But pretty much we've dominated this whole series. Now, as for conference championships, we're tied with them with 2. Each of us have 2 conference championships apiece. Each of us have been to 2 Super Bowls apiece without rings. And it's 12 division championships among both of these teams, 6 apiece. So the question is, when are we going to break away from the Pussycats and become just pretty much this team that's supposed to dominate? When do you guys think this is going to happen?
Well, I think it begins this year, actually. I think if we're looking at the whole totality of what's going to happen, we got to set the tone. This game right here is going to be the tone setter for the remainder of the season. Pretty much one of our more important games because it's the division game. If we want to break away from them, it starts with this game right here in our home field when we take on the boys. Can't get no better than this.
Well, no, it can't get any better than this. But we definitely are looking at it from a different standpoint of, all right, you've looked at Battle of 285, I-285. You've seen hard-hitting games. The Falcons, we started to pick up some momentum. Carolina, in their second year of existence, ended up going to the NFC Championship game and losing to the Packers. So if you look at it, they actually hit success pay dirt before we did when it came to success. But now that we've all experienced it, winning division championships, the only thing that's separating us in this division right now is the Saints and the Bucks have Super Bowl trophies. That's the only thing we don't have. And honestly, I think we're long overdue for one. Long overdue.
I feel like we can set the tone. We open up with a division opponent and all that mess they're talking. We can set the tone week 1, go out there and just whoop them. I'm not even talking about it being close. You just go out there and whoop them, and everything else fall into place, man. Because that's a division win, and you just got some more to go get.
And what better way to let their fan base know that you're serious and you're about winning, making a statement against the Panthers this Sunday.
Well, I mean, when you look at making that statement, the last time we opened up with the win over the Panthers was when we ended up going 14-2 for that 1998 Super Bowl run. And we've been in a situation where we're actually in a spot to where we start off good. I think this season can be very manageable. We got the second easiest schedule in the league. So Facebook user, what's going on? Hey, so we posted the link into the StreamYard, into YouTube and also on Facebook for everybody. If you are on here and you want to express your concerns, your excitement, go ahead, tap in. It's wide open tonight, man. It's pretty much open bar tonight. We're just
Yep.
gonna be freestyling with the Falcons tonight with some
Yep.
of the topics that we have going. But before we do that, got to give a shout out to Dr. Willard Bailey. He's going to give an interview tomorrow. We had some technical difficulties. He had to take care of some stuff today. So that interview was a little postponed. Going to go ahead and record that interview with him tomorrow so we can provide that for you guys. That's going to be a real treat. What's going on, Scoop? Scoop, you can slide on in, man. We,
Yep.
we we got room to talk a little trash tonight.
I will be back, BirdCage. I'm stepping out, but I will be back, BirdCage. Love everybody out to be right back.
Gotta be back.
All right, so K Dub has to slide out for a second, taking care of some business. He'll be back momentarily to check in with us. But welcome to those who are just tapping in. We're talking about the Falcons and the Panthers preview for Sunday. It's been a lot going on when you talk about the Atlanta Falcons. New quarterback coming in. Well, technically he's not new. He had 4 games last year, but now he's the official bona fide starter now with Desmond Ridder. He's saying he's ready to roll. You hear Drake London speaking highly of Desmond Ridder and giving him his praises and his flowers about what he's done in practice so far and things that he's seeing with the work that he's putting in, and he's going to possibly translate that to the game. Now, the question is this. Are we going to be in a situation to where we're going to see this kid blossom right in front of our eyes? Because in the preseason, the series that I saw, he actually was able to move the ball down the field methodically, even though we kept things a lot pretty much vanilla in this preseason for him. Now, my question is, what is he going to do when these bullets are really live? You're going against first team all the way around. You're not going against backups unless someone gets hurt. You're going up against their pass rush. You're going up against their regular secondary. What are you going to do? Are you going to fold, or are you going to go ahead and rise to the occasion and start shutting up these doubters right now? Because this kid has had doubters since the day he was drafted.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I look at it like this. He was going to get started last year in the last 4 games. If you look at New into that hostile environment, he played. They started there. You look at Baltimore, because Lamar Jackson not playing, he played. They started there. So if he hadn't faked any type of bullet, but it's just the fact that now he had to maintain QB1.
Well, let's be real. He went up against 2 of the best pass rushes in the league last year. When you talk about Tampa, before everybody wants to say, oh, well, he got all the backups. We know, but he started the game off against the starters. He got to win. It doesn't say in the record book that, oh, well, the backups came in, but he beat the backups. No, he beat the Bucks and he beat the Cardinals. Point blank, period. But all I'm saying is this. Now let's see what it's going to be like when everybody's healthy. You got guns blazing. You got everybody coming at you, and you have people trying to take your head off. Can you adapt? Bijan Robinson is going to be the starting running back this year, starting off this first game. Tyler Algier pretty much going to be used in a rotational setting. And when you look at that, as we spoke about this last night, I'm gonna get to you, Scoop, with your point. Let's call it for what it is. You have a guy who broke darn near 40-year-old record that was around, and he did it on less carries.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently the rookie has really showed the coaches something, or they're just playing him because he's a first round pick. You know what I'm saying?
I think it is.
I mean, but you know what? Here's the thing. Tony Dorsett was a Heisman Trophy winner, national champion, did not start his rookie year. Preston Pearson started over him, the guy that was there. So what's up?
I actually think Algier is going to start. I don't think Bijan is going to start the game. I think
Bijan is going to shine, but I think Algier is going to really give him a run for his money.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And we got RJ Falcon saying he's excited to see the defensive line. Yeah, we definitely are excited to see it because we're hearing that, okay, they're able to get after people. Here's the thing. It's easy to get after guys that you practice against every day. You know their tendencies. Can you get after guys in the game? Are these veterans going to be able to generate pressure to create more turnovers for this offense to be able to score? I definitely think that we might have hit something with Jerry Gray and Ryan Nielsen, when you talk about these two defensive coordinators and these two defensive masterminds, being able to concoct a good front set. The linebacker core is still a little in question right now. We still got to get a little bit more out of that and see what we have. I like some of the guys that we have there now, but I really got to see them, when the bullets are flying. Can they make plays and pretty much put the secondary out of a situation where they're not making all the tackles?
Yeah, I agree. I also want to see how Nielsen gonna have his package deal, especially when he blicking the linebackers, and especially how he gonna do with his corner and whatever. And I'm kind of interested to see how Calais Campbell is gonna be on the first couple of snaps. How they gonna do him? How they rotate him out? How Grady finally got the help that he needs now? How teams are gonna approach him? Are they're gonna try to double him? Or are they gonna finally be like, look, now we got more than Grady to worry about? And the thing is, with the defense, I don't want them to get a good three and out, and then they don't get another three and out to the third quarter. That's about the game, and I want to see that going on. I understand that week one and it's gonna be some mistakes, but building that consistency is gonna be the key to us winning football games.
No, I got you on that. When you look at it, how can I put it? I think the situation that we're in right now, we're getting ready to see this offense open up, and I don't think they're even gonna open up the whole playbook. I believe they're gonna open up a third of it because now you have Jonnu Smith coming back as well. You have
Well,
Jonnu Smith coming back, and he came back to practice today. So that's good news. And then you got Cordell Patterson coming back. Kadero Hodge is back. So you're talking about speed. So you're looking at so many weapons that these guys, have. And what are they going to do? What are they going to do to exploit this red zone offense? Because here's the problem. We didn't have a problem with getting into the red zone last year. The question that I had the issue that I had with the offense last year was, okay, you have tight ends. You don't use them in the red zone. And these are mismatches for a lot of different defenses. Now you have Pitts. Now you have Jonnu Smith, and you have Bijan Robinson, as well as the Joker, Cordero Patterson. So with Patterson being in that situation, you can move him all around. You have mismatches. There is no way Dave Ragone shouldn't put up points. If he does not put up points with this offense that we have in the red zone,
problem.
he got to go.
Um, we
He
should
got
be
to go.
we should be one of the top 5 red zone offense in the league. There's
Not top 5. We need to be the number 1 or number 2
I,
because we have a ton of weapons.
there's no excuse why we can't punch it in. Everything is a mismatch. You got
Let's
John.
be real. I didn't even mention Drake London. I just mentioned all the other guys. Then you got Drake. So let's call this for what it is, man. You have all of these weapons at your disposal that are mismatches. You pretty much brought in the Harlem Globetrotters at wide receiver with all these tall guys. You need to start using these mismatches in the red zone. You got to start scheming this offense to where you can put up points. If you don't put up points, you got to go. And then outside of you putting up points, if Dave Ragone is not on the hot seat, Arthur Smith got to be on the hot seat as well because you went 3 straight drafts grabbing offensive players, building the offense. We understand why you built the offense that way. But if you cannot scheme these nice shiny toys that you just brought, hey man, you got to go.
Man,
I'm saying it now.
It's no excuse, man. You don't spend 3 years of drafting to construct this offense and can't put points up on the board, especially in the red zone. I'm telling you, man, you get your head cut off. It's that simple. So for me, man, Arthur Smith and this play guard, along with Dave Ragone, they have to improve, especially on the goal line. There's no like you. We need to be number 1 and number 2 in red zone score. Nobody should.
Agreed. And Captain Caveman for number 1, you're talking about name slipped my mind. Mac Hollins. I'm sorry. We call him Captain Caveman because of his hair, and pretty much he's a wild child. But from what we saw in the preseason, He fits what we do offensively. He has good hands, strong, and he's a lot quicker than what he shows. I
Mhm.
think that that's out of the wide receiver room. I think that he's not a possession receiver, but he's not a burner either. He's a guy, I would say he's a tweener. He's a guy that's going to come up with clutch plays. I think he's going to be the clutch receiver that we need on the third downs and the second down and longs. He's going to be the guy that's going to be the tough, that's going to get the tough yards, and he's going to have it. He's going to be able to balance everything out. So offensively, we have weapons. Can the offensive line hold up?
Big question. That's the big question. If you look at it, the offensive line was reconstructed a little bit. We did keep McGarry. We had the kind of Lindstrom. I mean, come on, man.
Hmm.
But the center position is going to be key, and then followed by the Matthew and the rest of the crew gel together to keep Ritter up front. I mean, that's going to be the key. And
Hmm.
pass, we can run block all day. Can we pass block?
But here's the question: are we going to be in a situation to where it's not going to be just the run blocking? The run blocking is easy. We pretty much know we can run on anybody. We've proven that. The question is, can you keep Desmond Ritter clean? He's going to get hit some this year. We know that. But
Oh,
can you keep Ritter clean? Because if you keep Ritter clean, he's going to be a surgeon. He's going to pick you apart. Everybody keeps talking about, he's Matt Ryan, and no, the difference is this: Desmond Ritter can actually run, and he'll get out of the pocket when he senses danger. He has a sixth sense. This is something that we have to extend plays, to do different things, because this offense is based on a quarterback that's mobile. You
oh,
don't have to be Michael Vick, but you have to be able to be mobile to make plays happen.
you could be like Russell Wilson a little bit, being able to pick up 4 or 5 yards and have to slide and then make a good throw. The offense could be running smoothly for me, but I think Arthur Smith is gonna have to make give play calling to Ritter to get the ball out the can quickly, so he don't have to think too much. That's why I think you're gonna see a heavy dose of Algier along with Bijan Robinson, and he make a couple of screen passes, some bubble screen stuff that gets him comfortable and in rhythm throughout the game.
Nah, it makes sense. But when, like we said, when you look at this offensive line, as Scoop said earlier, you're talking about Matthew Bergeron, rookie, who's coming in, who's getting a lot of reps. He's pretty much gonna probably get the starting job.
Yeah, he started.
And he's being brought in. He's gonna be learning from Chris Lindstrom. He's gonna be learning from Jake Matthews. The thing is, as much grief as we give Matthews, you got to give it to him. Matthews is durable. He doesn't miss much. And availability is the best ability. And if we can actually get Matthew Bergeron to the point of being durable and being a smart, physical offensive lineman, I think we're going to have something special here. And then you have McGarry that's trying to figure out, he's still a little rough around the edges, but it's more of an improvement from what we saw last year. He's not a turnstile like he was at one point. I think he's starting to figure everything out now. The game is starting to slow down for him, and he's starting to grow and matriculate as an offensive line.
Agreed. I definitely agree. McGarity, I mean, that's why they kind of paid him. They can't. Okay, there's more upside than downside with McGarity. So let's try to keep offensive line intact as much as possible without trying to add new pieces again. So yeah, it makes
Hmm.
you know
Former Falcon John Kaminsky, I guess, just made a play.
yeah.
Good. That's good that he made a play, but he could have did it for us. So I care less now. But let's keep it a buck, man. So we're gonna go ahead and bring in our first guest of the night. He's a part of the BirdCage family. He's an extended member of the BirdCage. He's normally in the cut, always commenting. So we're gonna bring in the resident Tennessee volunteer, Mr. Jason Melton, aka Big Meltdown. What's going on, brother?
What's up, guys? What's up?
Ooh.
Hey man, you can't boo him because he's talking Falcon football. Leave him alone. Stall him out.
Okay,
What?
okay.
There's nothing wrong with talking about my Falcons. If you want to talk about that for a minute, but let's
Well,
let's
you know,
let's get on Sunday. Let's get on the birds. I'm ready.
hey, Mel, we gonna get on the birds or whatever, but you know I'm not gonna let you come in here and step on my toes like that either. When it comes to talking about your balls,
Hey,
your balls gonna take this L
I,
later on this year from these Georgia Bulldogs,
I know.
the two-time national championship dogs.
Hey,
But it's all good though.
it's all good. It's all good.
I see you got the BirdCage merchandise on. We got them shirts getting ready to come out pretty soon.
Sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
I
Hey,
need a
man. I'm saving mine for Sunday. I got a little something for Sunday. But
Awesome. Awesome.
yeah, you know. So how do you feel about the new way that they're going to be using Cordell Patterson as a joker? They call it the joker position, but he's really going to be doing what he's been doing already as a Swiss
Correct.
Army.
Yeah, I mean, especially with his age, I mean, it's I don't expect to see him in there every down, anyways. So it's best to utilize him in certain situations, special teams, that variation, and third down, he's good on third down, big third down guy. Bring him on in if you need a couple of yards. He's a big boy, hard to bring down.
But here's the thing. You also have to look at the fact that you have him up on the field
Mm-hmm.
with I know they have packages where they're gonna have Bijan, Tyler Algier, and then you're gonna have Jonnu Smith, and you're gonna have Kyle Pitts on the field. Or if you don't have one of those
Yep.
tight ends on the field, you're gonna have either Captain Caveman or Drake London on the field.
Yeah,
So you
and
pick
that's
your
what.
poison of which way you gonna stop.
Yeah, and especially like the red zone. The red zone should be fire. No excuses not to score in the red zone. No excuses.
Mm-hmm.
and
We're used to, Coup getting down there and kicking field goals. Every time we get inside the 20, especially 10, we stall out. I mean, we always, you know, 3 and out right there. We'll have it first and goal to 5, 3 and out. No excuses this year. Too much size, way too much size.
Now, here's my question I got for you. Now, we already know that Ritter's gonna have a tall task in front of him. God forbid, and I'm knocking on wood, I don't want him to get hurt at all. At all.
No.
But if he gets hurt, and this is just a scenario we got to think about, because think about it. We didn't think Damian Williams was gonna get hurt in the first game and he missed the rest of the whole season. Now, I'm not wishing that on Ritter, but who do you feel more comfortable with if anything happens to the kid early? Who do you feel comfortable with? Do you feel comfortable with Taylor Heineke, or do you feel comfortable with Whiteside running the offense?
I mean, that's a hard decision because Heineke, has the experience, and we've all seen him play a lot of games.
Yeah,
But
he's a game. He's not a practice guy. He's a gamer.
but he knows the offense. He's been with Arthur Smith before, so
And I'm with Scoop on this, because Woodside is a guy that's been in that offense for years.
Yep.
And if you saw how he executed the offense with the second team, and then he did it with the first team.
Yep.
I'll be honest with you. Can you imagine Woodside with all the weapons? Now, he was doing well with backups.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine what he could do with all the toys that Arthur Smith has.
Yeah, and I mean that's why that's one of the reasons he looks so good in the preseason. I mean, he knows the playbook. I mean, that's what he's been in. He missed it for a year or so he's used to it. He
Yeah,
come right in.
think about it. He's playing without having to think. And now you had Ritter sit for a long time. Now, a lot of people were pissed about what happened with Ritter last year, and we all felt like he should have been on the field a little earlier. We all feel that way. But maybe he didn't know the offense as well as he does now. Maybe he wasn't as confident. And you can't throw a guy out there that has no confidence, because if you don't believe in what you're doing, nobody in that huddle is going to believe in what you're doing.
Yeah, and that's what we looked at last year. When Ritter came in with those last 4 games, in that first game, I mean, I was like, myself, I was thinking, oh no, I was like, I can see why they sit him. But then, the more he played, more confidence he got. He looked better in the second game. Definitely looked better in the third and fourth game. And of course, no interceptions. He looked more confident throwing away the ball, running the ball, and hopefully build off that in the offseason. You know, we didn't get to see too much of it in the preseason, so we don't know. But
Now I took it back today. I have the Georgia Dome, the iconic Atlanta Falcons field from 1998. And the reason I did that was to start off, you know what I'm saying? Start this off because if we win this first game, don't it give you a little bit of 1998 vibes?
Oh,
oh,
absolutely.
you know, I've been feeling 98 vibes for a few weeks now. I mean, I think do we have the same record?
It was
In
14 and
90,
2 in
but
98.
but in 97, didn't we win the same amount of games before the 98 season?
No.
No. We went 500 the year before, remember? A little around 500.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. But
Now here's the other thing. Now Brand just said Woodside. Yeah, he was playing against camp bodies, but here's the thing: if he knows the offense better than your backup quarterback, you got to go with the guy that has familiarity and the guy who's going to play and and pretty much react. He's not going to have to think. And you understand this from being an old offensive coordinator, Brent. You don't want your quarterback thinking while he's playing. You want him just to be able to react, just to read and react. And if we get a quarterback that thinks, we're going to end up carrying him off on the stretcher because that's not good if he's got to think while he's actually trying to perform.
Yeah.
But
we also, you know, like you guys was talking, we need to, that line needs to step up this year, especially I think on the the left side. You know, last year even with Mariota and Ritter, it would start crumbling in, and they'd always have to run to the right because of the left side. They was just after them.
I agree with you.
If you know, and if you look at it, they probably only had a couple of seconds to throw the ball.
Yeah.
But if you step that up and even hold them off, 3 to 5 seconds to throw that football. I mean, that's a big thing right there.
Well, I mean, let's look at it for what it is. When you're talking about looking at it and throwing the ball, and I get it, but you also got to remember CP is the wild card out of this whole thing. And the best part about what they're doing is they're taking the pressure off of his legs, so his legs will be fresher throughout the season. You don't have to worry about him getting hurt. Because if you notice, ever since CP's been in Atlanta, the way that we run him, he's going to miss 3 or 4 games. Always. He's going to miss 3 or 4 games because you run him to pretty much to oblivion. You can't run him like that.
Run him into the ground.
Yeah.
He's older.
Yep.
You got to think about it. He's in good shape, but he's older, and you have to remember those legs don't heal the same way that they used to. So with him and the style of football he plays, he can run past you, run around you, give you a juk. But CP is a physical guy. He loved the physicality. But the condition that he's in, he can't take that type pounding like that. He really can't.
Now, I agree. With just one quick thing, I think with Woodcock, the reason why he looked so fluent because he's comfortable in the offense. Like he didn't think. He just reacted pretty much to everything. Even though he can go and get the second, third thing, but when he with the second game of the preseason, when he was with the first string, he still looked more fluent and confident than Heineken. Heineken probably didn't clean the playbook for the first time this year.
Well, and here's the other thing I was gonna sit here and make sure that I actually put out there for you. Now we're sitting there talking about the offense in that manner. Let's get to the special teams part of the team. Now, this is the part that I really speak on heavily, and this is something that I feel is the third. How can I put it? The third portion of the game wins and loses a lot of games for people. Hold on, I had to turn my hat back for this one. So for me, I had to turn, because like me being a former special teams guy, and so many people that have played on the special side of things, man, all you can do is sit back and look at it like this. One big hit can change the game, or one muff punt, one field goal that's made. And honestly, I'm going to tell you who's going to be the guy, and my guy Scoop mentioned it too. He's excited to see it. I think DeMarco Hellens is going to be the ace on special teams. They're not going to be able to keep him off the field because the kid can ball. Point blank, period. The
Oh yeah.
kid can just ball.
That's what it's.
And for us to get him as a 7th-round pick, I think that might have been one of the best steals of the draft.
Be the diamond in the rough. One of our diamond.
And here's the thing. When I speak about big plays, DeMarco Hellams makes them. He just has a knack for being around football. The other guy that we got to mention, and Scoop is high on him. I got to see a little bit more. It's a feel-good story, but I got to say D. Alford. D. Alford is going to be a guy that we're really going to pay very, very close attention to because that's Jerry Gray's project right there. Jerry Gray loves that guy. Jerry Gray loves that dude. And I think the reason why Jerry likes him like that is because he reminds Jerry a little bit of himself. If you remember watching Jerry Gray in his prime with the Rams, with the Oilers, and you look at him and how he played, Jerry Gray was a hell of a defensive back and a special teams ace. He was a guy that could, that can make some things happen. But the other guy that I've been thinking about, we're gonna see him in the pass rush, but I think he's gonna be more effective on the special team side of things is Zach Harrison. The kid that we got out of Ohio State that I compared to Javon Curse. I think he's going to be a guy that's really going to put people on notice. Not a guy that's coming in with a lot of mouth like Tat McKinley did. Sorry, Tat, you just came in and you were writing rubber checks, bro. They was bouncing everywhere. But again, looking at this right here, you have to. How can I put it? I'm gonna quote it like I did earlier on my Facebook earlier today. So many people will pass up on a dirty quarter just to go get a shiny penny.
Right.
And with that, and for ladies and gentlemen, what that analogy means is you want to get the coin that looks pretty in your hand that's gonna spin, but it's gonna be pretty to the eye. You're not gonna get the dirty, grungy quarter that's worth more, that's going to have more value opposed to that penny. A lot of people still are looking at fool's gold of what we missed, but they're not looking at the fact that we've got guys that are like these dirty quarters. All they need to be is shined up, and the value is there. So hopefully my analogy doesn't throw everybody off. Hopefully I made a little bit of sense on that one. Who's got poultry in the back? I hear birds chirping.
That's me. I got 3 birds.
So apparently your birds are excited for the season too.
Oh yeah, they're fired up right now.
Hey, make sure you tell them they interrupt me again. I'm gonna have some hot grease and hot sauce waiting on them.
Hey,
with some light bread.
Quiet down.
I'm just joking. I love animals, by the way. So if anybody on here is PETA related and y'all gonna try to bring a suit up on me, y'all kick rocks. But you know what? This is the BirdCage, so can't be mad, like Brent says. So we actually got some mascots in the house now, some live mascots.
Yeah, it's a BirdCage, so I ran and grabbed them real quick.
Wrong with that? Get up.
Now, Scoop brings up a good point. Now let's focus on Zach Harrison a little bit more. Zach Harrison is a guy that Calais Campbell, Bud Dupree, all these older veterans, Grady, if they take this boy under their wing and teach him, if you remember how disruptive he was last year, that's going to be one of the nastiest things. You got your replacement because Bud's not going to be here long. You got your edge rusher. Yeah. You got another body to help out Arnold Ebiketie.
I'm like, man, I'm just excited, man. I just think the defense is going to shock a lot of people. And I'm not talking about I'm just tired of it. Fourth world. Our defense is going to be a lot better than what people gave us credit.
Yeah, we have Debo Malone, but I got to see more from him. I didn't see much. I saw flashes, slight flash. I'm gonna say it like this: slight flashes throughout the preseason. I know they held him back, but I keep it real with you, man. That's like you giving me a wish sandwich right now. You giving me 2 pieces of light bread with me wishing for a piece of bologna, a fried piece of fried bologna, or a piece of fried ham. You know what I'm saying? To put on that sucker with some cheese and everything else. You know, that's what you're giving me with Debo Malone right now. He's gotta bring his value to the table. I'm sorry. It's too much wishful thinking. We're hearing, oh, well, he's gonna do this. Okay, let's see it when the season starts because he'll probably be gone before Ebiketie if he doesn't ball out. Because Ebiketie's on thin ice right now with a
Oh,
lot of people.
I mean, changing that number, nothing, man. To me, I understand you kind of get back to your college glory days or what, but
Ah,
just, just go out, just go out there.
ladies and gentlemen, we have mascots in the BirdCage. They're chirping in on the season. They're anxious. They're hyped. They're ready. They're ready for the season to start.
I just
What's
think
going on, Demond? We got the link up if you want to jump in, man. We're actually letting fans come in, talk a little football with us, and just pretty much chop it up what the expectations are going to be for Sunday and possibly the season. So you can check inside Facebook. I pinned the link to the conversation, so you should be able to see it. But what's going on? Shout out to my guy, Demond Thomas, the pretty much the king of Atlanta Hawks basketball. I'm calling him the king, not no, I'm sorry, he's the king. Kang. You know, we talk Hawks TV. Y'all check them out. Great content. They've been keeping everybody ecstatic and excited for the Hawks coming up this year. So he's definitely a huge Falcon supporter as well. So we definitely got our guy that's gonna be coming. He's gonna be coming through YouTube and he's gonna chop it up with us or whatnot. So you already know we got the link. So we're gonna be. I told you we were gonna do probably an hour and 30 minutes tonight. I wanted to kind of let folks get in because some folks are starting to come in and some folks are hitting me up saying they want to jump in. So I provided the link. We just waiting for them to come in.
I
But
got a question for you,
what you
Ryan.
got?
What do you want to see from Troy Anderson in year 2?
Melton. I'll let you take this one, Meltdown.
Oh, consistency. I mean,
So
that's
so
all
what
across
makes
the board.
well, what makes you think he's not consistent? Remember it, that was his second year actually playing linebacker, and he didn't even play a full year in college because he was pretty much the Cordell Patterson at Montana State.
He was.
Well, I mean, that's true. That's true too. But I mean, if he's going to play the position, I mean, I want to see him, every week do the same thing. But
That's fair. That's fair.
Okay. I think Troy Anderson is going to be a guy that's learning the game right now. And I think with Ryan Nielsen being at his disposal, he's going to learn. The thing he's going to learn is not just how to be a professional, he's also, going to learn how to be a linebacker and be consistent, as you said, because that linebacker position, it is a thinking man's position where you're reading and reacting to whatever you see. And you have to be in a spot to where you see everything. What helps him out is he was a quarterback in college. So he knows what to look for with formations. It might have different terminology, but formations remain the same. It's just different names. Game doesn't change. And with him being a former quarterback, film study is going to be very, very vital for him as an upcoming linebacker this
Yeah, I think with Nielsen and also bringing in Bud Dupree, bringing in Ella from New Orleans from the Baghead, I think they're gonna rub off on him as well and teach him technique and whatever. Because one thing I've been hearing and I've been researching a little bit, Troy Anderson like literally studied. He's like a book. He's like a bookworm to the game.
year. Yeah.
To apply to field.
Well, you already know I gotta. Well, you're right. He's a bookworm to the game, but we got to bring in my guy, Demond. We talk Hawks TV. Shout out to those boys over there. I see you with the Trey. I see you got the Murray or the Trey Young on tonight.
We got on 5 today, baby. Five different,
Oh,
dog.
he got
Different.
Cookie Monster on tonight.
Yeah, we got
My
5
man's
on.
got Cookie Monster on tonight. So here's the question I got for you tonight, buddy. Now you're back in here with us, and we're gonna talk to you a little bit about some of the stuff that we've talked about tonight, Demond. How do you
Word.
feel now that I'll be honest with you? Desmond Ritter's got to prove himself, but I'm not comparing him to Trey. But I think he's got some of the same pressure that Trey Young has on his plate right now. So I'm gonna bring it to your world. What do you think that Desmond Ritter has to do to be in a situation to where he could be a beloved figure in the city, even though folks are gonna question him, like some folks do Trey Young, and I agreed with you the other day. When you talked about it, like he gets snubbed and he gets pushed aside, but the man's got numbers to prove his greatness. How do you think that Desmond Ritter could possibly be in that situation? Because he's got the attitude like Trey. If you've seen him in the press conferences.
Man, listen. I'm gonna say this and just get this off my chest, bro. I don't understand why some Falcon fans they rather see our young quarterback fail just to say I told you so. Like that is not a good mentality to have as a fan. At the end of the day, like we can disagree about a player's style or whatever they projected him to be. That's cool. But I would never like the stuff I be saying, and this is from Falcon fans, bro. Like people going hard on Ritter, and I'm gonna tell you the funniest part about it. The dude, he what is he 5? What is he 3-1, 2-2 in the 4 games he played? 0 turnovers. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but instead of getting behind him, they're like, "Oh, he's just mid." I'm like, but these the same dudes last year this time was high on Mariota, and we was his third team in about 5 years, and they was high
Yep.
on this guy. So like, I think all Ritter got to do, man. I think I got to tip my cap to Fontenot and Arthur Smith. This reminds me, and y'all can call me crazy if y'all want to, man. When Matt Ryan, 2008, what did we do? We built
Mm.
up the run game with Turner. He had an experience. Only thing we probably missing from is the experienced receiver because we had Roddy White back then, and we had
We had Michael
Michael
Jenkins
Jenkins.
on the other side who
Right.
caught Matt Ryan's first throw,
This year we got
which
this
was a
year we got
touchdown.
with the Mike Jenkins for a touchdown. I think this year you got we got a young uh re- we don't really have to me, and y'all know football is not my specialty, but we don't have like a true number 1 receiver to where you could be like, hey, just throw it to this guy if any last resource. But I think all we really got to do this year, man, keep the turnovers down, be a good game manager. Don't have to force
Mm.
nothing. You got the run game. You got the weapons in the run game. You got to back out the backfield and Bijan. You got 1,000-yard rusher in Algiers right there. The
Mm-hmm.
line. You got an All Pro. I think he All Pro. Lindstrom at guard.
Yep.
Uh,
All pro and Pro
tackle
Bowl. You got it.
Matthews. Yeah, tackle Jake Matthews been there for what 10 years. I mean, he just got to play a good game. But I already know what they're gonna say. They're gonna go just like this. Well, he's not doing nothing. He's not winning. You could put anybody back there and blah blah blah. And that's a sign of a hater, dog. And a lot of them, man. And I'm gonna keep it a buck, man. I'm just gonna keep it a buck for some reason. And I don't care what people say. I'm gonna say my opinion. For some
Say what you got
reason,
to say. You ain't got to justify that. You in the cage, baby. You free to speak.
for some reason, Falcon fans, you got to be a black running quarterback for Falcon fans to be happy, bro. Like at the end of the day, I don't like I tell people about the Hawks. I
Mm.
don't care who on the team, long as we win the game. I don't care who scored the points. I don't care who get the whatever accolades. I don't care about that because I've been rooting for this team for so long. We've seen all this already. So who cares if one of the guys is in? Who cares? Did we accomplish a goal that we have not accomplished winning a Super Bowl? If we haven't, all the other accolades as a fan to me,
it don't mean it might mean something to these young fans, right? Because they probably never wasn't around, But like, I don't care about the stuff. Are we winning the game, man? But it's sad to see some of the fan base go against Desmond Ritter. And he comes from a D1 school, college
Yep.
football playoffs. He been
Mm-hmm.
in he didn't he play Cincinnati play for the national championship, right?
Nah, so
He
he's been
he
to
went out in the
so
final four.
yeah, so he went out in the final four against Alabama. Everything you said has been spot on, bro. Keep it coming. We just
Yeah,
let
so
we
like
letting you cook right now, fam.
I just don't understand. Okay, so you mad? This would trip me out, man. So we go Fontenot get here. Matt Ryan leaves. We got all this dead money. Everybody's complaining. Oh, we got Matt Ryan, Julio taking the ball to cat. Woo, woo. As soon as we get off the money, they want to trick it all off on Lamar Jackson. Let me tell you something. Love Lamar. But if we was a quarterback away from something, then I'd be like, you know what? Lamar's available.
Make it make
You gonna give
sense.
Lamar whatever 40 million per year, and we still hurting on the defensive side of the ball. So I gotta salute Fontenot for saying, you know what, guys, we're gonna do like the Rams, keep the quarterback on the rookie contract back there, put weapons around him, and we gonna build up the defense. Correct me if I'm wrong. 2 years ago, people be crying. How come we not drafting defense? Defense. Then when we go spend the
Exactly.
money on defense, they mad we didn't get a quarterback. Like
And now we
my
spend
mind,
money.
Yeah.
Mm, you right, Demond. And
these
and
dudes
we
is
and
never
we
happy,
finally
man.
addressed it. We finally addressed now they were veteran players that we got, and we got some young guys, but we finally started spending money in the free agency market on defense. And my guy Scoop said this a while ago, but I gotta point this out before because Coach Grant was commenting on what you were saying. So when you were putting your points out about Desmond Ritter, Ritter has a 68% completion percentage, which is and think about it. That's just not NFL. That's college, and you can go back to his high school days. That number never changed. So the lowest he's been is 68%. The highest that he's been is in between 73 to 75% completion percentage. So he's an accurate quarterback. Everybody was saying, "Oh, he's not." No, numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie. The man, think about this. His 4 years he was in Cincinnati, he didn't lose a game at home. He's been in Atlanta for a little bit. He had 2 home games. He didn't lose neither one. And I don't care if it was against backups. He is undefeated at home right now, 2-0. So my thing is, most folks are still burned about what happened with Michael Vick, and they're passing up on other quarterbacks that play like him. But here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, I love me some Michael Vick. I love me some Vick, always will. But let's be real. Vick got us to the NFC Championship game with a solid defense, and we got thumped by Philly. Matt got us over the hump for the NFC Championship game, and we lost the Super Bowl. But the man got an MVP in his trophy case, leaving. That's an award that just don't get handed out to anybody, and especially players in Atlanta. Let's be real, Mike. The year that we went to the NFC Championship game under Vic, Vic should have got that MVP because he balled out that whole year. Got to give it to him.
Man,
But
listen, man.
you had quarterbacks that had better numbers than Mike did, and that was the reason he didn't get it. Matt was hot that year, and now you
Man,
get a
listen.
quarterback. Go ahead.
I don't understand. Like, this bugs me out. I never understood the hate for Matt Ryan, man. I'm like, bro, Matt Ryan, okay, ultimate professional quarterback, never gets in trouble. How many? You probably can count the games he missed over his Atlanta career on one hand. Maybe what he missed about 9 games over his career.
He didn't
He
miss many.
there
He was
every
the Cal Ripken of our team.
Been 4 or 5.
he there every week, bro, with a sorry defense. When we have a sorry line, he there. But
Yep.
people still want to just dog him, and I don't understand some of these fans who suppose to support the team. But like I said, though, historian, listen, man, it all goes back because a lot of these people rather be right than win. You know what I'm saying? You know how many times I be on our show and I'm talking cash trash and I be dead wrong, and that's the first thing I say. I'm glad they made me put my foot in my mouth because we won the game. Because that's all I care about at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like Desmond Ritter, I think he gonna do good. Now, obviously, those 4 games he played, he didn't pop out like, oh my God, we got some talent. He didn't pop out, but
Mm. And
I gotta give him the benefit of the doubt. You throw him in with 4 games left, where they probably should have put him in the day that Mariota threw the ball straight in the air. Like he should have never went back on the football
exactly.
field after that. He should have
And
never went back on the
Demond,
football field. And I'd have been like, go and turn your playbook in, bro. It's your turn. You know what I'm saying? So you can't fault the man because you put him in finally with which is funny. Arthur Smith waits, because we actually was playing meaningful games in December. But he waits
yep.
till we freaking eliminated to want to play the guy and then try to make it seem like, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and switch. You should have been switched to Ritter. So some of this stuff fall on Arthur Smith for trying to look out for his homeboy, because that's what I think he was doing, just trying to look out for his homie.
And
You know?
and I got to quote this from my guy Scoop. Our former guest that came on, Miles Garrett. We call him BirdCage alum because he's going to be coming back this year. And Miles Garrett is involved with all the sports. I told you I still got to link him up with you because he wants to do some Hawks TV with you too. Meant to tell you that. He told me, he said, when am I going to talk to your guy?
That's
He
cool,
asked
man.
about you. So I got you covered with Miles Garrett. Miles Garrett did. He pretty much put to rest all of the rumors about Lamar Jackson when everybody was saying, "Oh, what is that?" He killed him when he came on the Birdcage. A lot of people were pissed about it. It was like, "Oh, well, dang, they got the scoop on that." Yeah, we did, because it was just asinine to sit back and think about this. And it's like, look, they got the kid here for a reason. They didn't make him sit and wait, and then they're at least gonna give him a shot, because here's the thing: if he doesn't pan out this year, he's a 3rd-round pick. It won't hurt him. He's on his rookie contract. Let's keep it real. Look at the crop of quarterbacks that's going to be coming out this year alone. Caleb Williams, Drake May, what's the kid's name? If Carson Beck balls out, he's going to be a top pick, but he has to ball out. But you have so many guys, and the kid Milton out of Tennessee, if he can ever hit the broadside of a barn. Milton's got a heck of a cannon, and he's a smart quarterback. But we got to see what Milton can do, because I think Milton is going to be the sneaky quarterback out of the draft this year, like Hooker was. I think Milton's going to be the guy that's going to turn heads. That's just me. But we know when Shedeur Sanders comes out, and he's a sophomore now. He'll be a junior next year. I think he's going to
He
probably
a junior.
Well,
He
he
a
a junior.
junior. He a
No,
junior
that's
this
right.
year.
He's a junior this year.
Oh,
That's right. Shedeur is
He
a
a
junior
junior
this
this
year.
year. He got 2 years
That's
at
right.
JSU.
Jackson State. Okay, I forgot COVID. Yeah, that's why. But I think that's gonna be something serious when they get that joker. When they get that joker back, I gotta bring somebody into the cage. Bring him back. My guy K Dub. He's
What up,
been
K
waiting to
Dub?
jump in here with you, Demond.
What it is, what it do.
What
We
up,
Hawk
K Dub?
TV
What's up, man?
in the building.
What's
so
poppin'?
so here's the question I got for you guys. Now we're talking about the quarterback spot, and we've been talking about it and whatnot. Let's just say this: he doesn't pan out. We got quarterbacks that are coming in now. Everybody already knows Coach Prime gonna be, and this is I'm gonna make this topic fun for everybody. I wanted to put this in here, and I know this might sound a little crazy, but if Arthur Smith fails at bringing this thing together, could you see the Falcons, Terry Fontenot, going after Coach Prime and bringing him to Atlanta?
Well, he stated, and emphatically stated he has no interest in coaching in NFL. So, money talks, BS walks, but he has gone on record multiple times saying he has no interest in coaching at the NFL level.
Just like he said he wasn't going to leave Jackson State, and he slid right over to Colorado when the opportunity presented itself, right?
5 year, $30 million.
I mean, I felt like he wanted to go to a bigger school because,
Oh, we
initially
knew he
he
was gonna go to a
wanted
bigger school, but he said he wasn't gonna leave. That was the thing that caught everybody.
Wait, no, he never told Jackson State he was staying.
That's what
Oh
I'm
no,
trying to get
he
out.
said he wanted to stay and build it up. Now he
He
did
said he
build it
was
up
going.
in 3 years.
I mean,
He never said he never told Jackson he was there gonna be there for long term. I mean, listen, I'm a prime time my favorite football player. He my favorite athlete of all time. I love Deion Sanders, right?
yeah, he on the wall, right
Let me
here
tell
in
you something, man. When Deion left Jackson, I was happy because I'm not because one thing I always look at is I put myself in those situations. Like
Mm.
if your goal is to move up in the career of coaching, let's be real, guys. And y'all, I'm probably sure all y'all got way more understanding of football than me, right? Um, you want to get to a school like a Colorado, Alabama, Georgia. Like you would be a damn fool. Now listen, if y'all look at it just from a football standpoint, and your homeboy came up to you and say, "Hey, you know what, Ryan? I turned down a, I turned down an offer to coach the University of Georgia so I could stay at Hampton University." What you gonna tell him?
I'm
You
gonna
be
look.
like, "You a damn fool."
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna look at him just like this and say, "Well, was it what was the money a problem? What was the problem? Because I think you might be a little sick. You got great facilities, you got good money that's gonna come in, and you're gonna have top notch recruits that's gonna come in just because of the fact that you know what I'm saying. Just because of the fact that you would be in a better situation. Now, you truly care about the kids if you turn that down. You truly care about them kids at that school.
Because let's be real, you get let's be real. Football at the D1 level, them Power Fives, is probably about what 75, 80% black. The players are. So I
Yep.
mean, you still what Prime want to do, reach out, especially to the young black kids. He's still doing that but he's doing it at a higher level. And, bruh, when I walk, cause I follow their YouTube, Well Off Media. When they
yeah,
went
Same
to
here.
Colorado, bruh,
all of it.
that first day Dion got there, and they were showing the facilities, I was
Whew.
like, bruh.
He wasn't gonna turn it down.
I just
But
feel like
just think
Brian
about it.
is
Now
just
you talked about the facilities. Now just think about it. Now these facilities were already there, and let's be real, compared to the Oklahoma, Georgia, Alabama, Texas, Colorado is way, but even though we're impressed with that, they're way behind the eight ball with their facilities. Prime is getting ready to bring in. He's already got people that's with sponsorships that's coming in. It's gonna be so much that's coming in. Think about it.
Bruh,
We never thought he would ever sign back with Nike, but the school has a deal with Nike. So now that Prime is there, they're getting ready to bring back out those Diamond Turfs. Diamond Turf series will be coming back out to the stores. So I know I'm getting me a pair, but let's just think about it. Nike is going to be donating a lot more money and better equipment to this school. You're going to have NFL players coming through that's friends of his that are, network. They're going to be donating money. Colorado is going to have pretty much, and I'm not saying it's going to happen overnight, but eventually they're going to have the best facility in the country. Prime is all about having the best of everything.
bro, let me tell you something.
Been that.
Colorado, the only difference between Colorado and Georgia and Alabama when it comes to facility is that Colorado wasn't winning. So their boosters, because Colorado they got money,
they
but
got money. It's
but the
Colorado.
yeah, but the boosters, they was like, why we gonna give y'all our money and y'all out here losing by the average of 30
Yeah,
points a game? We ain't finna give y'all
yeah.
nothing. And then you saw when Prime got there, they didn't even use no boosters. They raised from donations $28 million, bro.
28 million
Bruh,
dollars.
when they beat TCU, bro, all the season they gone, bro. I tried to buy a Shador Sanders jersey, bro. I had to get on eBay to find one, bro.
Wow.
Like, bro, they got money in Colorado. They
Yeah, it's
just needed,
money.
they just needed a winning team. Now
Hey,
that they got a team that's finna make some noise,
hey, they,
man, let me tell you something. Bro, did you see what Etienne said on Twitter? Etienne
That,
Yeah, he
for the
told his
Jags.
brother, I think you might need to go ahead and transfer and go to Coach
that,
Prime.
You can't, bro. You can't buy that. You
that's
can't buy that advertisement, bro.
And but here's the thing. Now, Coach Brent says he believes he's gonna move on when his son moves on. But little does everybody know that he just got the number one quarterback in the 2025 class to say, hey, I'm gonna go take a visit. 9 times out of 10, he's gonna pull that kid.
that's another,
Hey,
that's another thing. I mean, with everything I said, not only that, Colorado is being showed on TV. When the last time you seen Colorado play on national TV?
The last time I saw Colorado on national TV
they had
was
Cordell Stewart.
yep.
Exactly.
Yeah, hey, look, that's exactly. But look,
I
hey,
was getting ready to say when the Buffalo still had Coach Mack on the sidelines. That was when they were still
Bruh,
on TV
did
and
you
it
hear
was
what
relevant.
Shannon Sharp said, bruh? Shannon
they
Sharp
don't.
said, Shannon
Yep.
Sharp said, ain't nobody talked about Colorado this much since they legalized weed.
Hey, look,
He ain't lying.
but they
And just think about it.
back to
Now,
back.
now just think about it. Now, anybody that's been to Denver and the Boulder area, Boulder is nothing but a suburb of Denver. So they're literally, you got the Broncos right there with Sean Payton's choking behind. Don't nobody like Sean Payton still to this day. Falcon fans still can't stand him. And then you have Coach Prime in that city. They getting ready. The Colorado
You forgot
Buffaloes
Russell
have
Wilson, bro.
already stolen the thunder from Denver. They've stolen the thunder
You forgot
from Denver.
you forgot Russell Wilson there too, dog. You know he went to Russell Wilson
Yeah.
was
Oh, I know he's
training.
there.
He was training in Boulder with Shador. Bruh,
Yep.
let me tell you something. Prime King, bruh. I just watched the YouTube, bruh. The other day they had Mark Ingram was there.
Mm-hmm.
Desmond Howard was
Desmond
there.
Howard was there too.
Happened,
Don't
coach.
forget Warren Sapp,
At the
Michael
game,
Irvin that
bruh.
came through.
Bro,
They
you
no
can't if you a student,
coaches there.
bro. And I ain't even gonna get on that post game speech because that shit had me fired up, bro.
Hey,
I was like, bro,
Prime,
somebody give me a helmet.
But you
Somebody, hey, Ryan, I
at
was
the
like, somebody,
moment,
where the over 40 league at? Where the over 40 league at? Sign me up. I'm ready to
Demond,
look.
if you got eligibility and you haven't played, you're still able to do it.
Hey, that's why I put on Facebook. I said I'm about to go out there. I'm about to go walk on out there, baby. They're gonna have to kick
Hey,
me up out of there,
you,
dog. I was ready to go to
you
war.
didn't wait a minute. You didn't use your GI Bill yet, did you?
No, I gave mine to my son, bro. I hate school.
Hey, well, just
My
put it
son
this way:
using it at school right now
you got many
at
ways.
Baylor. My son at Baylor using it right now.
Wow. And you know the sad part about and the scary part about this is now, since the Falcons don't like to draft guys out of their backyard out of Georgia, guess what? This is where I'm getting ready to tie this in at. Prime got some prime time players right over there in Colorado early. When he builds that machine, he's already got them believing. But once he builds it the way he wants to, because he already said, I need boys in the trenches. When they start churning out football players, Atlanta's because think about it, we already had Isaiah Oliver, who we took out of Colorado when it was bad. Now just imagine at Terry Fontenot now going over there to start to draft players while Prime is there. Just think about what we would be able to get from that.
I mean, I feel like he got 4 guys on this team that will get drafted.
Oh, I'm saying, but we got to add to it because here's the thing: we know Grady not going to be around forever. We already know that Jake Matthews ain't going to be around forever either. These guys are starting to get up there a little long in the tooth, just like Calais Campbell and these guys. We got to find, since we don't draft in our backyard, and you got Kirby Smart putting out a ton of ball players out of Georgia. Let's go somewhere else where we know we're gonna get good quality players since you don't want to draft out of your backyard. Let's start going out west. Let's go ahead and start pulling stuff that Coach Prime got because everybody hasn't figured this out. Coach Prime, he's pretty much the CEO, he's the mouthpiece. People don't realize that when that defense gets together, it's gonna be really good. He has Dennis Thurman. They call him Dirty Thurman here in Philly because of the cheap shots he used to take on people. But Dennis Thurman was around in the NFL, not only as a player, but also as a defensive back coach. He's coached Darrelle Revis. He's coached Ty Law. I mean, some guys that we know very well, they've been molded by this man. So anything that come out of the secondary, whether Prime touches it or whether Coach Thomas touches it, man, that's gonna be a serious problem. That is gonna be a problem, and we bring that stuff into Atlanta, especially with Jerry Gray having ties out there on the West Coast.
You already brought in Warren Cap.
Yes.
I mean, that's just only the beginning.
That's just, we just scratched the
I'm
Bruh,
just
Prime,
saying, can you
Oh,
just
just
think
like
about the
Bud
draft
said,
that we
like I said, to piggyback, man. I got everybody coming through here, man. Man, folks get too bold. Right. Everybody want to be a part of this. Everybody.
Mm.
It
say,
get
bro.
Like, hey, look, and I got a long roller deck. Crying like I got a
this man
Bro,
is
Prime still got he still got McClain who ain't played yet.
Mm-hmm.
5-star corner. He ain't even
McLean
played
ain't
yet.
touched. McLean ain't played yet, and that dude, yeah,
Bro,
he,
listen.
ooh, that's all I can
I
say.
just
How can you, bro, how can you tell Prime no, bro? Like if
yeah.
Prime come to your house to get
What?
your kid, bro, like
it's over. It's over.
I'm gonna
bro,
tell
I'm
you
like,
right now.
feel
The
like
only way you can tell him no, and I'm just being honest. The only way you can tell him no, it's only a few coaches that I believe Prime can still recruits from him, but it's a couple of coaches that you'll go to. Your Prime will be a consideration because that'll probably be a guy that you go because Prime will take guys out of the transfer portal. But Kirby Smart is one, Nick Saban is the other one. Anybody else, they're not gonna fare well.
but see,
But those
but
two,
I'm gonna tell you the difference though, Ryan. I'm gonna tell you the difference between Prime and them two. Them
yep,
two, they don't have they don't got that player resume. So when
you're
you
right.
tell Prime no, Prime could be like this. You could be like, well, Mr. Sanders, I'm gonna look at some other offers. I'm gonna get Prime could look at you and be like, well, hey, when you want to run with some real dogs, when you want to train with a dog, when you want to get trained by Hall of Famers, holla at
That's that's a heck of a sales pitch right there.
bro. Come on, like he can actually like you. Do you want to be great? Because he got the track record as a player. So like do you want to be great or you just want to do? You just want to make it? What you want to do? Like he could come at you at so many angles that are Kirby. Now Kirby and Saban, they could do some
Yeah,
shit like they could just walk in there and just drop some rings on the table. Bling! Drop
and not
and
just
just
the
show you
ring.
the
Don't
list of
forget about
Heisman
this.
Trophy
They can
winners.
tell you how many #1 draft picks they had, especially if you play in
Yeah,
the
Heisman
secondary. They can say,
Trophy
look,
winners,
develop,
yep,
national
develop.
title,
and
first round picks. But I mean,
because think about it.
Prime can get you right here though. He could
Exactly,
try to
Prime can
pull
get
you.
you there.
Like, hey, bro, you scared to get on that field? What's up?
Yeah.
You know?
Now,
Yeah, Michael
now
Irvin
here's
was
the
out there. Michael Irvin gave a fire speech too. Did y'all see that speech he gave?
They
yeah.
I had to
Oh
write
yeah.
down. I was writing down some of the shit they was saying so I could say that for my son.
I got a question for you. Hold up, I got a question for you. Now you just mentioned this. Now we talked about this. Everybody knows that Michael Irvin is a peacock for the University of Miami. He loved himself, his school to you. But haven't y'all noticed since Prime been coaching, that's his boy. Him and Dion been boys since high school. Think about it. He's been supporting Colorado more than he's been supporting the U. And that's very rare. And Michael Irvin is win, lose, or draw, no matter what sport. It could be backgammon. You see Michael Irvin throwing up the U on the sideline. It don't matter. Mike hasn't been at Miami that often. Haven't y'all noticed that?
I haven't seen him at a game that often.
Well,
No,
because
he
you
ain't
put
even
you
been
obviously,
visiting, bro.
He may not
because
like the new
obviously you gonna put your
down
friendship.
there.
Obviously, you will put
Yeah,
your
you gonna put your
friendship ahead of a
friendship out
school.
there before
Yeah, your friendship come before a school. Let's be real.
him
Like
and
the school
Warren
don't.
Sapp.
Let's be honest. The schools don't really care about you, right? But Prime is his homie, right?
Mm-hmm.
bro. Like
Oh,
you go out there, bro. You can get like I would love to pick the brain of Michael Irvin if I'm a receiver. He didn't had Sapp out there. If you a tackle, you could pick his brain. Sapp been out there for about 2 weeks. He was out here in Texas at the TCU game in the
Yeah,
locker
he,
room. Like
yeah,
the
Mm-hmm.
access you can get as a young player, you picking Hall of Famers' brains. Like, come on, bro.
This is
Like
that guy Mike.
catch you see
yeah,
a Madden, bro. Like, bro, I'm really talking to a nigga in Madden. You know what I'm saying?
Dion got a pipeline of players that he can call and hit the focal
Yep.
T.O. was there.
Bruh.
It don't
Yep.
matter.
T.O. was there.
Remember another guy that he was there for through a lot of troubling times. He was there for Pac-Man Jones. Anybody from Atlanta, we all love. Look, I love me some
Yeah,
Pac-Man
Pac-Man.
Jones. Love Pac-Man still to this day.
Yeah. See, that's the
But
funny thing. Nobody, you ever notice players,
yep,
and probably I would say 90% of the media have nothing but good things to say about it. Bro, even Molly, old Molly on First Take was like,
yep.
I remember when I was a young reporter at
He was an
the
intern
NFL
at the
Network and I was
NFL
struggling,
Network.
and Dion was like, yeah, Dion told me, stay positive, woo woo. Like the dude is inspirational. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's like he know exactly what to say. You know what I'm saying? To get you motivated, to get you going. Me
Let's keep
personally,
it real.
I don't want Prime to come to the Falcons. I don't want him to come to the NFL, period, man. Because the NFL, bro, it's
told you.
different when you talking to cats that's not millionaires and shit already. But I will say this. I think Dion, because even all those NFL players understand like how great Deion Sanders is. Like he know what he's talking about. So he might get
Yep.
a different type of level of respect than some of these head coaches. But if I'm Prime, I'm not wasting my time dealing with these millionaire players, man. Like niggas be sitting out, holding out. Yeah,
Yeah,
going over there. And plus Colorado, this is my thing. I don't think Colorado gonna let him leave. Whatever any school offer him, I
they gonna
put money that Colorado gonna beat every offer.
they gonna match it.
You see how much money he bringing to that? He bring, bruh.
They said bring up the
Colorado's Twitter, bro. They used
bring
to
up
have,
the truck.
bro. They used to have like 20,000 followers, bro, on Twitter. Now them
They
dudes is
grew.
like at like 200, bro. He a
But
cash
you
cow,
know,
marketing genius.
and it's not even just the marketing genius when you talk about that. Let's think about it. Now, Prime say, hey, man, we gonna keep you warm. And now this is the thing that a lot of people didn't want to, a lot of people didn't want to talk about, and a lot of people didn't want to give him credit. Now we all talk about it. We all know SEC money is different. We all know this. Anybody that follow different conferences, we know that money
Yep.
is different. But with him being out there and they're getting ready to go to the Big 12 next year. They're going to the conference with TCU. So literally, they've already
Easy
introduced
money,
themselves
bro.
to TCU Royal after last Saturday. And they're letting them boys know that this is what's gonna be. We're gonna pretty much run this conference. This is what's gonna happen. And then, like you said,
They are.
Prime also is bringing value not just for football. Look at how many basketball players support Coach Prime. Some of my NBA players support him, and you got kids that want to just go to school there just to hoop, and they're not even football players.
Bro,
Seriously,
he went to the Colorado soccer game, bro, and they
yes,
turned up. He went to bro. He said that now Colorado has a chance to get their baseball team back, bro, because of Prime, because all the
exactly.
revenue that
I'm
he's
pulling it in
generating
money.
for the school. So you telling
They
me
they about to be a power.
You think Colorado not gonna match whatever offer any other like I heard like they was like he might go back to FSU. I'm like, for what? Why would I leave and I'm
What?
getting everything I wanted right
After
here?
after they turned him down, he said he said he would never deal with him. After they turned
I
him
hope
down
he
the
don't
first
need.
time,
Yeah, cause
yeah.
look, now
And
they
they
keep
and here's the
I
thing,
hope he don't.
They got Norvell. Norvell didn't have the swagger like Dion, got to give it to him. But I can't disrespect the man like that because before Norvell went to Florida State and started turning that around this last year, everybody forgets how good Memphis was when he was a head coach there. Memphis was actually a
good.
problem for a lot of people. And it wasn't just a trap game. They actually were a very good team. But the difference is this. Like you said, you got Coach Prime that's affecting not just one sport, he's just affecting all your sports. Because, like you said, baseball. Dion still know tons of baseball players that literally got kids that they're gonna start sending to school over there. You got basketball players that he's tight with that he knows. And it's gonna carry forward because Sammy Watkins already said, my little brother, I think it was his little brother, he said he's already going. Ain't no questions. Devin Hester already said his son going. Like he said, wherever Prime is, that's where he gonna be. All these former
And you
athletes
saw
already
without,
been said.
and you seen even like Dion, like this dude, he owned it. Like he even lets, and I don't think no other college has ever done this. First of all, you got all the access you getting from Well Off Media on YouTube. I don't know another college football team that do to give you that much
Man,
access.
hey,
That's
look, that
one.
was
Two,
genius.
the individual players, Shador, Horn Jr. All these dudes got their own YouTube page, bro,
Mhm.
monetizing they shit, bro.
Horn
Like
Jones.
Prime, man, bro, he know, bro.
And
This
Tre-
dude know how to sell shit, bro. He knows what he knows
It must
what
be the one.
resonates with our younger youth. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you
I'm
may
the
not make
man.
all this NIL money like the quarterback, but guess what? We gonna make you a YouTube channel. And you know what else I didn't know? I just found out. Dion Jr. He run all the channels.
Yeah, he run. Yeah, he
He
So
runs
like
all
run,
his
he
like
social
run
media
Shador
well off
stuff.
do.
media. He the one
Well, his
holding the
son
camera.
went to school at SMU for
Hey, he
marketing.
do well off media. He does Shador's channel. He does Shiloh's
Mm-hmm.
channel. I'm
Travis
like,
Hunter's
bro,
channel too.
I
you
do
know what
everything.
somebody said, and this makes sense. Dion is doing what LeVar Ball fucked up. LeVar Ball was
Yep.
trying to do something
Good
similar.
one. Good one.
Shit
Good
just
one.
didn't go his
Good
way.
point.
You know what I'm saying? But
Good
with his
point.
sons and stuff like that, I mean, well, LeVar got half of it done because he did say he was gonna have
He got
a
all
lot
three
of them
of them in the
kids,
league.
top 5 kids,
Yeah.
and he got two of them was top 3. So,
Yep.
but yeah, I mean, like, bro, like Dion, man, like I've always been a Dion Sanders fan, man, and I feel so bad because Saturday was the only time I ever went against Dion. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna look at it from a
And and and
non-biased
and
point of
and and,
view.
I, and wait
You,
a
And I
minute.
said,
you
Wait a
TCU,
minute.
made
If
the
you wait
point,
a minute, if you
bro.
gonna say it, let me put this out here. I told you, I said, I don't think you should have. I told you, I don't think you should have went against TCU because I said everything changed when Max Duggan left and Quinshawn Judkins left. That wide receiver they had at TCU left. I told you Saturday. He was like, well, nah, it's an inexperienced team. I said, bruh,
I
I
mean,
remember me and we was chatting or whatever.
but
And
I
then you
never
said, yeah, I
seen.
think I might have messed up.
But if you a betting man, you not
Yeah, you went where the money was.
Colorado was the unknown. Let's be real. Like
Exactly.
I follow all their stuff, but what Dion never showed on none of that internet, you never saw the offensive line or the D line. I didn't know who they had up there.
Nope.
So every time they
And,
did show it, it's always like he had like the second or third string where they was tiny as hell. So I was like, if
Oh
I'm
yeah,
betting money,
and you
hey,
know
I'm
I'm
who
putting
his
it on
kicker,
TCU.
you know who his kicker is, right?
what?
You remember the kicker, Jay Philly, who used to play for the Falcons and played for the Jets and around the league? He's got Jay Philly's son as his field goal kicker.
Jay Feely's son.
Man,
Bro.
And I think he a leader of a dog on the team.
bro,
Yeah, and he got a D on his jersey. That's a
I'm gonna
kicker
tell you
that's got
this.
the D on his jersey.
Come on,
Do
dog.
not
Yeah.
let Colorado go into that USC game undefeated, bro. That game is gonna be
I'm
the game
gonna
of the
be
year,
honest
dog.
with you.
That's the game. That's the game. That's
If
If they
huge.
go in there
within the
undefeated,
next
it's gonna be K. Bro, you're gonna have 3 Heisman candidates in one game, bro.
Man, that game is gonna
I'm
be
gonna be real with you on this. We already said the USC game is gonna be that way, but I wonder now. We all got the buzz for for college ball, but I know some of the Falcon fans that are watching us. They're not huge college fans like that. But here's the reason why we're saying this, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about this. This is Falcon related because Prime was a Falcon. We need you to start looking at some of these kids that he's bringing in because get to know some of these names because some of these guys will be in Atlanta. They will be drafted by the Falcons. Since we don't draft out of our own backyard, I keep saying this. You're going to have a ton of kids that are going to come out of Dion's system that's going to come to Atlanta. How much you want to bet?
Oh no, I ain't gonna bet you. I already know.
And them scouts there, bro. Them scouts
Yeah.
is there, bro. Like the Bears was
Don't
there.
think they're not looking at
Uh,
Shador.
I
Don't
mean,
think they're not looking at his son at free safety and they're looking at his son as at quarterback. Don't think they're not looking at him.
you
I
got
ain't even lying, bro.
NFL analysts, coming to his practice. I mean, because they got influence, man. These people they rub elbows with these teams out here.
Got with
That's
Brady, bro.
that's crazy.
And that's well, Brady been working with Shador since he was at Trinity High School. down
Exactly.
in Texas. Brady been working with that kid forever. So when you look
Bruh.
at it,
Shador look
it's
like an NFL quarterback in that TCU, bro. That dude look amazing,
I'm
dog.
talking about footwork,
sheesh.
the delivery,
Bro, like some of them
manipulate,
throws, I was like,
manipulate the pocket.
damn.
I'm like, damn, boy, he look. I mean, he look dang good.
And
Can
he
y'all
looked tall.
imagine?
He looked
And I'm,
big too.
well, he's about 210. He gained weight. He was skinny. He was slim at Jackson State,
That
but
dude
now that
look
he's
like
been
a
at
grown
Colorado
ass
eating
man
good,
out there, though.
you know, put on that weight.
I mean, you got that
Oh yeah,
D1
shout out Prime. You saw he changed the
uh
Colorado
skill
cafeteria
program.
too.
You got that good.
Yes.
Like I said, I feel like he can do more for these kids at a D1 school because I can get you more, just more everything than HBCU. I mean, he was over there crying at HBCU because of all the resources he was missing.
And here's the problem. And I'm gonna say this because we got to wrap this up because we can go on with this one.
Oh yeah.
But let's be real. Now I support HBCUs on this show heavily, and I got some folks that follow that HBCU alum and folks like that. Listen, if you're offended by this, Lord forgive me for saying this. I don't give a damn today. The problem that we have with our HBCUs, y'all got these snooty alumnus that want to live off tradition that do not want to fork up money for these facilities for these
Facts.
kids.
I was
Tradition
just
is
about to
not
say
going to
that, bro.
bring kids into these
Money.
facilities. Money is going to bring kids into these facilities. Money is going to be able to get your school on track to where you can get top recruits to come in and you can put them in a situation where they can start getting drafted and you can start getting more sponsorships coming through. You have to literally invest. And that was what Coach Prime was trying to get people to do. But they gave him that much grief while he was at Jackson State. They made stuff hard for him, but they cried and complained when he left. Oh, he ain't real. No, let's be real. Don't you ever say that about a man who cares about these kids. This man put HBCUs back into the place where we have eyes on these kids. Some of us that follow
I ain't lying,
HBCUs
bro.
outside of this, we know about the kids that's coming to the league. But now, like he said, he's still champion for HBCUs and he's at Colorado. Still,
It still come
until
down
we
to the
get our
money.
house in order, we're going to continue to fall by the
What?
wayside. And I hate to say it, but
Where
a lot
are
of
these
HBCU
Where
sports
are these
programs are going to
HBCU
fall off.
alumni? Every time I look up Stephen A. Smith and all they do, I'm an HBC. Where your pocketbook at?
Exactly.
How the hell can Colorado raise 28 million? They raise, bro. Let me
They
tell
don't
you.
when
All
they
I'm saying is, listen,
And you got
Ryan.
to remember,
When I saw
Colorado is a
that
way bigger
Colorado,
school.
when they walked them facilities, bro, I was like, I would have left too. I would have been
yeah,
gone.
Well,
yeah.
you see, he dragged about 70, 60 kids with him.
But that go
But
back to your point, though. That goes back to your
exactly.
point
When
of
you going when you going to
those
invest into
kids.
your facilities,
Yeah, those kids, like you said, they don't. It's just like what you said. Colorado playing Nebraska this week. That's a
mm,
rivalry game. But
yes,
the kids who playing, they don't care about that rivalry. So they trying to teach about the rivalry, right? But go back to your point of that those kids going to those HBCUs, they're not going there because of legacy and shit like that. Not to play football.
nope.
So you need money to play with the big boys. You need it. Point blank, period. I don't understand how people don't understand that. And why and then correct me if I'm wrong, JSU, that bruh, if your coach gotta come out his pocket to pay for anything football related, it's a problem.
But that's what. But here's the problem though. When you invest into a statue on campus that was defamed, and you talking about a couple of $1 million for a statue, but you can't invest into a program that has had sellouts since that man showed up on campus and money was coming in, and y'all were mismanaging that. That's got to stop.
Exactly.
That's got to
Exactly,
stop.
man.
My thing is this: if you gonna still, and I'm not advocating it. I'm not advocating it, and I'm not saying nothing bad. But if you gonna steal money, at least be discreet about it, and don't be so arrogantly open about it. and you're not using that money to try to help build up not just the facilities, because like Prime said, I don't want just the football team to be good. I want all the teams to be good around the school, because the more we win in each sport, the more kids we can bring onto campus, and the more kids we can get with not just education, but we can get some of the top athletes to go pro coming out of this school, where we can develop a powerhouse to where things are going. So with that being said, gentlemen, we got to call it a night. We definitely are going to see you. Are you going to be available Sunday? Because we definitely doing the after party. I ain't saying benediction, darn it. I'm saying it's an after party. I'm calling it.
After party, man.
We doing the after party
Bringing the
after
liquor.
the game on Sunday.
You gonna do a watch along?
No,
Yeah, we're gonna stream the game on the channel. We're definitely gonna be streaming the game. Our guy Turbo, check out Lifeline with Turbo on Sunday. He definitely will be in the building. But we definitely are gonna do that. But after the game, I do my halftime analysis. But after the game, BirdCage is gonna get on, and we let the fans come through here and chop it up with us, man.
Bet that, man. I'll be there. I'm gonna tap in with y'all, man. I'm gonna tap in.
I got to tap into your new episode that you guys put out. So if you're Atlanta Hawks fans, please, 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 ladies and gentlemen, check out We Hawks TV. Just like you check us out. They're our extended family. Those are our ATLN cousins right there. They out here doing big things for us. So we definitely shout these guys out. And definitely thank you for coming on, Demond.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah, y'all tap in, man. We talk Hawks TV, man. Season about to start. We be lit. So.
We got you. We already know. We got you.
Don't tap in, man. Hopefully we having an amazing season. Trey looking good, boy. I'm telling you.
Hey, Falcons playoffs, Hawks playoffs, Braves World Series, Dogs winning the Natty, baby. I know you're a Virginia fan, so I ain't gonna say too much about that. You got to volunteer for it.
I ain't a Virginia fan. I'm a Dog fan.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
I'm an all Atlanta fan.
Forgive me, my brother.
Only team
Let's go.
That's not Georgia is soccer.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
Soccer.
Okay, no worries.
We'll take it.
So you know what? See, you're one of the smartest people to come onto this panel with us, man. It's all good and it's all love on this thing here.
Shout out Ted Turner. Without him, I wouldn't even be Atlanta nothing. Shout out Ted Turner.
Shout out Ted, man.
Hey man, Ted TBS boy put a lot of people on, boy.
Yeah.
Ted.
They did, man. Superstation TBS, man. The shit, bro. Shout out to Braves.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. But I'm gonna tap in with you tomorrow. Sunday though.
All right, we'll definitely check that out. So we got to tell our guy peace for the night. Appreciate you coming through, Demond. Thank you for coming through. Come by Sunday. We definitely pick you up. Got to say shout out to the crew for coming through. Gray Beard, the Army soldier. Hold on, let me make sure I do it right. There we go. And then we got my man Killian K. Dugworthy. Got to salute my fellow sailor. Yes, sir. 90-degree angle. I'm sitting here with my heels together. You know how that go. I went back to boot camp for that one. And we got to shout out to our other resident volunteer fan, Falcon fan. I got Big Meltdown. Thank you for coming to the cage. And shout out to your mascots you got in the house tonight.
Yeah, I know, right?
Hey man, we're gonna see you guys Sunday after the game. We're having a party. We're not doing a benediction line. I'm saying we're gonna have a party. I feel like being a little sedity. I might come on here with some tea with my pinky up on Sunday. You know how we get down. But we out the building, baby. Y'all check us out Sunday. Y'all check out these stinking dirty buds putting this whooping and putting foots to them pussycats, aka the Panthers. Hey man, we love you. We'll see you next week. Peace.